In the Beginning by Dr. Walt Brown, page 224, looking at Grand Canyon. There's Grand Canyon on the left side. There's the canyon, and there's a huge lake up here called Grand Lake, and another lake in Arizona called Hopi Lake, and that's the source of water. Okay, this chapter describes the unique features shown on this map. They reveal how the Grand Canyon formed catastrophically several thousand years ago. Two former lakes, Grand Lake and Hopi Lake, are superimposed on today's terrain. The white oval encloses the Kaibab Plateau, which extends slightly south of the Colorado River. The white oval, okay, right there, Colorado Plateau. The circle marks the north half of the Marble Canyon. Okay. About a dozen barbed canyons, the funnel, and parts of Echo Cliffs and Vermilion Cliffs. The circle. The dashed white line marks the boundary of the uplift, roughly circular Colorado Plateau, also in the inset. Grand Lake held a volume of water almost twice that of Lake Michigan. The volume of water in Hopi Lake was roughly that of Lake Huron. To appreciate the size of Grand Lake, see Figure 142 on page 245, a topographic taken in the direction from the tip of the yellow arrow above. So let's see this. Right here is the yellow arrow. Page 245, this is Figure 142. The basin that held Grand Lake. Here's where it all began. This basin is a smoking gun, showing that its waters drained rapidly. If a lake evaporates or drains slowly, the bottom sediments are not disturbed. But here in southeastern Utah at Canyonlands National Park, we see from the many irregular erosion features that this basin, filled to the top of the cliffs you see on the horizon, drained catastrophically, only by the extremely rapid flow of a vast amount of deep water, twice as much water as in Lake Michigan, will such extreme erosion occur and sweep all eroded sediments, not just out of view, but out of the entire basin, which is 20 times larger than what we see in this picture. The sudden breaching of Grand Lake produced those high flow velocities, carved the Grand Canyon, and produced other spectacular scenery in the American Southwest. This is why so many spectacular national parks are so close to each other and on or adjacent to the Colorado Plateau. Monument Valley, Canyon de Chelly, Zion, Bryce, Arches, Capitol Reef, Petrified Forest, and Canyonlands. Notice the single river didn't carve these features because the eroded channels do not form one long meandering path or the branching tributary patterns of rivers. Instead, multiple fast-flowing currents acted simultaneously, as we would expect right after a natural dam that held back two Lake Michigans suddenly collapsed. The funnel, a steep 18-mile-long spillway through which Grand Lake's water escaped, is 134 miles to the southwest of this location, and in the direction our camera points. From there, the water eroded the northwest corner of Hopi Lake, releasing its waters as well. The combined flows from Grand and Hopi Lake, plus an immense amount of subsurface water released by the deep erosion of over 300 cubic miles of canyons and side canyons that cut through water-saturated sediments laid down during the flood, transported 2,800 cubic miles of sediment far into the Gulf of California. In the Beginning by Dr. Walt Brown.